And we are live for the SAAC Coast Cup Series. Lobster 101 here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We have another great race coming up. I am Joshua Copperl. I'm joined by Adam Kuhn. Adam, how you doing?
Evening, Josh. I'm doing well. Excited to be back for another week. Second race of the chase for the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. I think it's going to be pretty much... I don't know if it can top last week what we saw at Bristol, but I think we still got a show in store for us tonight here at Loudon.
Yeah, it should be really exciting. We are already into qualifying. Little issues on my end. Trying to get the broadcast going. But we're here, qualifying just starting off. Nobody's taking the time. Well, now Jordan Kuntz has 30.765 is the top time and the only time. As Wyatt Roberts actually a 30.653.
Yeah, Jordan Kuntz fastest in the practice session that just wrapped up just over a minute ago. He was the first one out on the racetrack, obviously, for these qualifying laps. He was really wide in turns 1 and 2 on that first lap. Kept it very nice and clean on lap number 2. See if he picks up, and he does by a good margin, 30.30.
And Wyatt Roberts is going to be P3. Cody Rivera's actually jumping to P2.
Yeah, Roberts picked up also on his second lap, Josh, but a lot of guys a little bit faster than him.
Got Andretti Robinson on track. I believe he was kind of going slow around the track. I heard him really powering down on the gas out of fours, so let's see what he's able to do here. I hear him shifting. He's going to take a ride on board. And it is a invalid lap time for lap number 2 for Andretti Robinson. Lap 1, a 30.623, going to have to be his lap he goes with, which currently puts him at P6.
Cody Webster was in the provisional 6th spot before that lap ran, and now he's since been bumped down yet again, but a 30.663 is what Cody Webster is going to have to use because he nearly spun out on the back straightaway on his second lap. He went mowing through the infield road course a little bit.
Mike Walls, Mississippi Missile, as one of our broadcast colleagues likes to call him. Only driver has not taken a qualifying time. It's going to be a 38.19 P12 for Walls. And that is his, well, actually, that's his second lap. And we just had another driver register. Not going to be enough time to take a qualifying lap. Some drivers still out on track, just getting some extra practice laps here before the race actually starts. But that's going to do it for qualifying. So, let's go ahead and tell everybody, Adam, who is your pick to win tonight?
I'm going to go with a guy you pick a lot in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. Probably because of the number on that side of that car and the paint scheme, but I'm going to go with Wyatt Roberts. He has a lot of speed tonight, both in the practice session we saw just before and in this qualifying session that's wrapped up. He's solid at a lot of these racetracks, Josh, and doesn't have a lot of luck his way. Let's see if it can change tonight.
You know, I mentioned last week, if there was anybody that was going to try to take down Jordan Kuntz, the time was to do it at Bristol, and Cody Rivera's was able to. I think Cody Rivera's, he's a driver that has been fast overall. He's had a lot of bad luck. He found victory last week at Bristol, and you know what? I think he's going to go back-to-back tonight. Cody Rivera's, he is starting P2, outside front row. I think he gets it done. So let's go ahead and look at our starting grid. And it is Jordan Kuntz and Cody Rivera's on the front row. Brian Lorenzo will start third. Ollie Reeves starts in fourth. Fifth place, Wyatt Roberts. Dreddy Robinson starting in sixth. Seventh, Shockey Tarpley, Cody Webster in eighth. Ninth, Brad Swinsky. And everybody's favorite, lovable loser. Not the Chicago Cubs, although they're my favorite. But we got Brett Bennett in 10th.
Starting 11th on the grid tonight is Larry Myers in the number 30. He starts alongside Micah Walls in row number 6, with Luke Mahone starting behind them on row 7, and Broden Fleury starts 14th. Declan George qualified 15th. Zachary Bonzik starts 16th, and Amir Bascombe 17th. And you mentioned Austin Duran was not able to join quick enough to post a qualifying lap. He's rear of the grid in 18th position.
So that is our starting grid for tonight's Lobster 101. Yeah, I didn't know what to call this race. Usually we just kind of SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series, do whatever the track is, followed by the miles. But you know what? Winner at Loudon gets a Lobster. And, you know, I think if I was a race car driver and I won here, I'd probably have Denny Hamlin's reaction. Not so sure I'd want to hold that Lobster too close to myself personally. But regardless, nobody's getting a real Lobster tonight. Well, let's go out and buy one. Let's go ahead and look at our race analysis for tonight. This is, of course, New Hampshire. There are 101 laps. This is a mile-long track, so 101 miles. Weather is partly cloudy tonight. And track temp, 111 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a hot one. They're going to have to deal with. I'm telling you, corner exit, you do not want to be on the throttle 100%. Otherwise, you are going to slide, probably go around. And with this track being, you know, really no place to go for an apron, you might collect quite a few others if you do go around here. So really just being easy on the throttle control, I think it's the name of the game tonight. And who can beat Jordan Kuntz, who has pretty much just dominated all season long?
You mentioned last week at Bristol possibly being the place it was going to happen. Looked like it was going to be Brian Lorenzo driving away in the closing laps from Jordan Kuntz until an incident with lap traffic for that 27. So, you know Brian's going to be really hungry in that crushing loss in overtime last week. He's going to be really fast tonight, of course, starting third on this field. So look for that number 1 car to try and get some vengeance from last Thursday night.
So, pace car will make its way to pit road. Jordan Kuntz, Cody Rivera's front row. We are green here at New Hampshire. And already 4 wide. What? And
didn't work out.
Zachary Bonsack is around. We got
Austin
another
Duran
driver.
The front clip was completely off of the 18, and he is towed already.
Trouble on the backstretch. Shockey Tarpley and Brad Sawinski. So this is actually what's going to bring out the caution between Sawinski and Tarpley. Bonsack and Duran, they were off the track and out of the way.
Yeah, it looks like for the reason that the caution flew, Sawinski got underneath Shockey Tarpley in a very awkward spot in between turns 1 and 2, and they were still side by side on the back straightaway, and slight contact sent them both sliding down the track, and it kind of locked them together for a few seconds.
Now let's go ahead and go back all the way to the beginning. Because they were 4 wide back here. See the big...
There was a... Looks like someone either missed a shift or just stacked up big time there on that start, on the outside lane.
Yeah, that caused Ponsek and Duran to make contact.
Looks like Roden Fleury might have been that one, like...
I do believe you are correct. I was going to say it was the one that looked like a SVG type paint scheme, or at least scheme similar to track.
Oh, we have a crash under caution.
They are taking the road course.
Yeah, and because of that, we have a crash under caution. Declan George and Brad Sawinski just got wiped out by the 21. On my end, it's going to be Amir Bascom in the number 2, using that bus stop under caution.
These guys have only been green for half a lap. There's already been more action than I think we really should have.
Yeah, a lot of guys upset about everyone using that road course layout under this caution. No surprise. And another no surprise is Amir Bascom giving tail under the line treatment for that. Looks like some guys are still going to use the road course, though. They're just baiting into it. Someone still did, though.
Oh, anyway. Jordan Kuntz, still the race leader. He is going to choose the bottom here. Looks like Lorenzo going bottom. Cody Rivera's. Ollie Reeves, they go to the top. So we're going to re-rack and restack. Try it again. Try to get this race going. Austin Duran, only driver out of this event. Everybody else still out there.
Sounds like we had another incident under this caution, Josh, which has extended this yellow.
And they've
now canceled that. Yep, they've now shortened it again.
All right. Pace car is in. Inside the restart zone. Up through the gears they go. Green flag back out. How about Lorenzo really trying to stick it to Rivera's?
Ollie Reeves all over the back of Lorenzo getting into turn 3 now.
I think Ollie wanted to carry more speed into the corner. Had to really get into the brakes. To not get into
with a really bad exit though. Sorry, Josh, off for turn 4. Lost the position to Lorenzo, who has an issue into turn 1. Big time overcorrection.
Oh, we got wrecked into the back.
Michael Walls.
Michael Walls. Declan George. Fleury.
Looked like Luke Mahone.
And yeah, I believe Luke Mahone.
Brian might have gotten saved there. It sounded like something with his steering went wrong. That caution kind of saved him a little bit from losing a lot more spots.
Oh, Mahone looped it on his own. So he had nothing to do with Michael Walls.
Oh yeah, it was 2 incidents at the same time starting. Broden Fleury looked like he made contact with Michael Walls, and then Declan George, nowhere to go at the tail end of that.
Tarpley just able to squeeze on by, and yeah, you mentioned Declan George, innocent bystander in that.
I think we need a replay at what happened to the one car there, Josh, because he just went into turn 1 and then just started going the wrong way, literally.
And is somehow second.
Hey, I said he got saved by that caution.
Oh, yeah. Make that third, but either way, yeah.
He did make slight wall contact here, Josh, but it could have been a lot worse.
Just what in the world was that? They were 4 wide. Robinson, Reeves, Roberts, and, well, about 100 others. We're going to ride on board with Lorenzo here. Like, I mean, just... That's too far. Okay. My guess is you just see him getting loose there, trying to correct it. May have done a little bit of an overcorrection, and that's what made it go so wide. Now, honestly, we have seen really bad overcorrections. I think Lorenzo will take that overcorrection.
I just went to investigate real quick, Josh, and he said he doesn't know what happened. He's got low brake bias, so that could be a factor, but he honestly doesn't know. He's just wishing it doesn't happen again.
Gonna be interesting. See how it plays out for him. He's gonna restart. I mean, outside front row.
He's got his teammate also, and Ali Reeves behind him for this restart.
And another great jump by Kuntz.
It's going to be a battle for second into turn 1. Rivera's on the bottom, washed up just a little bit. And we got a spin in the back. It was Amir Bascombe. Because of this, Josh, going to go to single file restarts. But let's look at the JCTV replay to determine what happened this time on lap 11.
A little bit of contact with Mahone. But
yeah, Bascombe was pretty wide there for trying to be on the bottom lane. But that's really easy to do here in New Hampshire with how wide and flat turns 1 and 2 are. The entire track, of course, but turn 2 seems so inviting.
yeah, for sure. This track, you know, it does look like you could just really ship it into the corners, but you do not want to. And speaking of, you know, tracks that just kind of looks like that you can really ship it into the corner. Saturday night, the SR is at Phoenix, and I'm looking forward to that one. And that is a track where you enter turn 3, and it looks a lot like a corner entering here. Like you could just ship it in there, but you're really gonna hurt yourself doing so. You know, before that we have VI9 Designs NAOR series at Rockingham. I think that's going to be a whole lot of fun to see those guys try to take on the Rock. You can check that one out tomorrow night at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Then, as mentioned, you know, Blazer Sim Racing at Phoenix, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. How about on Tuesday night? Jawb Racing League. They head to the high banks of the 2.66 miler in Alabama, Talladega. Before Wednesday night, XASCAR. They go to the streets of Chicago. And then 1 week from tonight, SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series, race number 3 of their postseason, take place at the Tricky Triangle at Pocono. And of course, you can check all this stuff out and more at JCTVRacing.com. So Adam mentioned, you mentioned single file restarts from now on. Well, from the time being. So Adam, I mean, what does that mean? Like, obviously these guys are going to be single file, but these guys have an opportunity to get back to double file restart should they need them.
Yeah, since we're early in this race and we've had a string of cautions on these restarts, you mentioned we have to go to a single file restart rule so we can hopefully spread the field out, get some green flag racing in, and like you mentioned, to get back to double file restarts, we need to run 15 green miles is what Cody Rivera said, so that here would equate to 15 laps on a restart. So if you just can run a 15 lap stint, they would be back to double file restarts. Of course, that's easier said than done. We're only on lap 15 right now, Josh, and we've had, what is this, 3 cautions? The other side of that is if we get in the final 20 lap window, then that double file restart possibility is open again if there's a caution within 20 miles to go.
So the pace car is in restart zone, green flag back out. Kuntz wasted no time, and everybody else, they're falling behind the Ronso. Rivera's underneath the Ronso, who blinked out there for a second.
Didn't look like Alonso entered that corner really well either, and Rivera's wanted to take advantage of it, couldn't. Ollie Reeves still going to be battling with Wyatt Roberts as they enter turn 3 and cleared for that position. Try to get a little bit more on Rivera's.
I'm going to guess, based off a couple entries I've seen with Reeves, he is running a whole different brake bias than a lot of these other guys. As Reeves actually going to take P2, 3 away from Rivera's slide up. They're going to be 3 wide. How about Wyatt Roberts on the bottom?
Ollie Reeves in a good position, able to clear Rivera's from that position. Roberts going to try and tuck in line. He does. Andretti Robinson to the challenge now, outside of Rivera's on-corner entry.
Roberts underneath Reeves. As they are still going to be side by side. Roberts getting pinched just a little bit. He's on that bottom lane, which is actually flatter. Not as much banking down on the bottom.
A little further back, the battle for 9th. Shockey Tarpley and Larry Miles, 8th. Shockey caught the wall, off of turn 2 last time by. Larry's going to dive it in on his teammate Brett Bennett on the back straightaway.
Oh, we had Broden Fleury. He got loose off of 2. Gonna save it.
Great save.
Kind of what I mentioned earlier is my guess, just getting on the throttle a little bit too soon, a little bit too early.
Meanwhile, back in the top 10, Miles is going to get that spot from Brett Bennett. As Andretti Robinson spins in front of him, and there's another spin behind him. We stay green right now. Someone's in the wall for turn 2.
Oh,
Okay,
flurries around right in front of Robinson, right in front of George.
Oh, Declan George.
Somehow we are still green.
Now the yellow flies.
Flurry went into the grass, and I think the yellow came out mainly because Michael Walls was coming around the corner.
There was a lot going on there off of turn 2. Oh, it started actually in the center of 1 and 2. It was started with Brad Sawinski, if we look at the JCTV replay, at him and 2 of Amir Bascombe. That was happening as Andretti Robinson had his issue.
I don't think I went far enough. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Here's Andretti Robinson.
Oh, man. A lot happened. Wow.
The spin there. It was Declan George making contact with Broden Fleury.
Zachary Bonchek was also involved. He had a lot of contact to the wall off of turn 2, trying to avoid, believe it was the contact with Sawinski and Bascombe, and then Andretti Robinson to his inside, so he was trying to dodge them all.
So, that was not 15 miles. That was 5, I'm pretty sure. So, still going to
Cody.
6. Okay, so still going to be single file here, and could try it again. This is caution number 4, and you know, the one beauty about sim racing and sim commentating is sometimes you have your cats in the booth, and I'm sure you can hear a cat meowing right now, and that is like to welcome Fiona to the broadcast booth for a moment. Fiona is a 1-year-old calico. Who I had no idea was in my room. But the lights on the pace car are off, so we are going to go green with 77 laps to go. And we'll see what these guys can do on the restart. So the pace car is in. Green flag back out, and this time, Lorenzo wasted no time. He was prepared, but Kuhn still. What a great restart.
Well, Reeves slipped up a little bit entering turn 1, getting a lot of Wyatt Roberts right behind him here. Cody Rivera's a little bit further back.
Just trying to diamond the corner, maybe. Lost a little bit of time in the center to Rivera's, but was able to gain it back. Now to taking completely different lines. Rivera got loose.
Almost caught the wall if he didn't scrape it just a little bit there off of turn 2. Gonna hold up Luke Mahone just a little bit here on the back straightaway.
A little bit of contact just ahead of Rivera's between Tarpley and Bennett.
Cody started blinking out there off of turn 4. Now he's side by side with the 5 of Luke Mahone. Webster gonna chop off the 5 as he's diving deep on 25 of Shockey Tarpley. Oh, it's not gonna end pretty.
That was Bonsek. And Swinski, I believe, getting loose off of 2.
There was more contact ahead. 77 and the 5 made big contact, caught the wall, did Luke Mahone, and they went 4 wide to dodge the 2 slower cars, and they're still racing pretty aggressively. It looked like Rivera's got in the back of the 5 through turn 4.
Oh, contact!
Webster made contact again off of 2.
Big crash. Tarpley around. Webster in the grass. We are still green. And caution is out.
You're gonna have to look, Josh, at the lap prior, because that's where it all started between these two. It was big contact off of turn 2, and it wasn't the same thing this lap. It looked a lot different, but they got lucky the first time it wasn't a crash. It was actually Shockey Tarpley that made contact with Cody Webster off of turn 2 that first lap, and then Luke Mahone took advantage of it until he got knocked up the track by the 36.
So here's then what brought out the caution. Tarpley and Webster, actually. And I think I said Bonsek, but Bonsek was not near them. Bonsek ended up getting involved afterwards. Webster backing it up onto the track, and I think that might have brought out the yellow.
Yeah, I think that is what did it.
So, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, sorry, Josh. It's going to put us in an interesting position with the end of the stage. Going to be at the end of lap 35. And, of course, no cautions for the stage ends in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. No guaranteed caution, I should say.
Despite all this chaos, only one driver is out, and that is Austin Duran. Brendan Fleury, he is 3 laps down. Michael Walls is 1. Walls, ton of damage to the front of his number 24 Raptor Chevy. He's, well, and his crew just magically put a front bumper back on it as we were watching. But for Micah, I'm wondering, it's the that paint scheme's not doing it. Maybe it's time to switch up. Get away from William Byron. Maybe put a Jeff Gordon paint scheme on there, Micah. What I say, Pocono's next week? Pocono is a really good track for Jeff Gordon. Most wins at Pocono on the 500-mile layout. When they used to run 500 miles there. But, yeah, I think putting a Jeff Gordon scheme on that wouldn't be so bad. Definitely not a biased opinion at all. Pace car is in. And Lorenzo gave it shove to Coots.
And Ollie Reeves was kind of lined up ready for a restart on his own accord and didn't really expect Lorenzo to go the same time as the 99.
Oh, we got a spinner. Is that Bonsack?
It is. He's back rolling.
Still green. Side-by-side battle between Robinson and Sawinski.
Gonna be for the 7th position. Sawinski restarted 9th here, so a good pickup for him here. Even on single file restarts, getting positions made up on the opening lap. Trying to get another one on Andretti Robinson, make that one complete. Can't do it. They're still going to be side by side in turn 3. So they look 3 wide for a moment. Behind them, that's Bennett and Amir Bascombe racing with Luke Mahone. That's almost ended bad. Good save there for the 21. The 2, I should say.
21 on track, 2 in our hearts. About Ollie Reeves. P2, Lorenzo. Right there, but Cutter Rivera's just in the background, making a move under Larry Miles.
Everyone in the top 5 was just fanning all over the place entering turn 3 last lap. Do it a little bit here entering turn 1. Cody's gonna stay on the inside of Larry, just barely here off of turn 2. Might have had a little contact with the wall, didn't Larry Miles? Rivera's gonna have to tuck in behind halfway down this back straightaway.
Rivera's actually on the apron. Trying to find a little bit of grip down there. That's actually something that is very common. Drivers will do. Brett Bennett trying to get underneath Robinson.
Almost had to make contact. We have an issue up front though. Ollie Reeves bobbled off of turn 2, it looked like, because he has lost a position to Brian Lorenzo. Almost lost another one to Wyatt Roberts, who checked up big time in turn 3. And Ollie did get on the throttle too soon, it looked like, off of turn 2, because he was spinning the rears onto the back straightaway. He had a good save, but going to lose a ton of track position and that position to Brian Lorenzo, dropping back to 3rd.
Brett Bennett currently beats in. He's been trying to make some moves. Was underneath Mahone. Ultimately,
Larry Miles spins off the bumper of the 36. Caution flies again.
He was already so loose, and I do believe there was contact between Rivera's and Miles, but barely. I think Rivera's was doing the best he could to not get into Miles.
Yeah, he was absolutely sliding before. I only caught the tail end of it when I saw Larry finally go spinning, but he was definitely sliding before Cody got there. But when you're sliding like that with worn tires, Josh, that little bumps is all it takes.
Yeah, it really does not take much. And you know, leader's actually coming down pit road here, so I'm going to hold that thought.
Luke Mahone's going to be the first one to stay out.
And Mahone and Bennett actually, I think, are the only two drivers to stay out this time. Both of them came down at the last caution. So pretty fairly new tires for those two drivers.
We see these leaders in their pit boxes. That is a good point, Josh. We have had a lot of split strategy. It looks like only right sides for Lorenzo, who gets off a pit road first, clear of anyone else.
It's going to be Lorenzo, Kuntz, Reeves, Rivera's, Miles, Sawinski, Robinson. Split strategies going on here. Really going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out for these guys. Still currently sitting at 61 laps to go. In this Lobster 101. Now, the point I was going to make, well, actually, it was more of a question. I'm trying to remember, and Google is my friend, as I am a Google University student. But you might know this off the top of your head. The banking here at New Hampshire, is it 10 degrees in the corner?
I do not know off the top of my head.
I think it is. I know I just looked it up when we just broadcasted another race here. You know, my point to this is, we've talked about how, you know, just now, really, it's not hard. Once you get going around, for the car to just continue to snap around, the banking here does not look like much. But let me tell you, it is something. You know, it's not what we are used to seeing it. Well, even last week at Bristol. It's not like Kansas, like we're going to see in the real world this week. You know, but the banking here still, it's there, and it will reach out and grab you.
I have the answer.
All right, tell me how wrong I am.
7 at the top and 2 on the bottom.
7 plus 2 is 9. I was off by 1.
I don't think that's how you... Okay.
That's my math. No, that's not how it works at all. So I mentioned earlier, the bottom lane has not a whole lot of banking in it at all. And that's why you see drivers, you know, running a groove up or a lane up from being right there next to the apron. And that is because of the banking. Now we're getting ready to go green here. Now you see different leader, Luke Mahone. He's trying an IndyCar restart, putting them right up against the wall.
Love this.
Base cars in.
Oh, I don't like that. Trying to brake check the field a little bit there, Josh.
Look at Kuntz already making moves underneath Lorenzo.
Yeah, Kuntz, our stage winner, had to restart 4th here. Oh, contact with the 1 off of turn 2, just a little bit.
Remember, Lorenzo is out there on 2 tires.
They're gonna look to try and split that. Couldn't do it. Bobble again off of turn 4. Kuntz sends it deep because he doesn't have the 47 in his way like Lorenzo did.
Kuntz still trying to hold it. I think Rivera's got the wall on it too. Just in the background.
He's gonna let Wyatt Roberts to his inside. Oh, they're gonna make a little bit of contact back there for that position. Up front though, Kuntz all over. To the inside now. Trying to make a move on Luke Mahone, and Ali Reeves now challenging on Lorenzo.
They're going to be 3 wide for a third. battle for the race lead is, well, no more. Brett Bennett still trying to hold on.
He was fishtailing down the backstretch.
And here comes Lorenzo, getting right up there close and personal with Brett Bennett's left rear.
Lorenzo upset with Brett over the radio, and Rivera's had a big moment on the exit of turn 4 on the inside lane. Gave up a few positions there. It's Wyatt Roberts inside Brett Bennett now. Oh, trouble for Luke Mahone on those older tires. Just a little bit older tire compared to the rest of the field. He saves it though. We're going to lose all that track position he pretty much gained there. It's been a struggle night for that 5.
2nd to 9th, and back in the back, hard contact. That is boxing. What in the world happened to this 78?
It looked like an overcorrection, Josh.
Oh, man.
That is a big hit.
Road Flurry just seeing the seas part right in front of him, or, well, not
Michael
really
Wall's
part,
the
but
same.
close in. Yeah, yeah, Michael Walls too. That was so close for Walls and Flurry. But I believe Flurry is going to be the free pass. Go down to 2 laps here. Brian Lorenzo coming down pit road. Not happy with those 2 tires, I'm guessing.
Webster, Topley, and Michael Walls, Declan George also on pit road this time by.
Well, if you are in the market for a gaming PC or sim racing equipment, head on over to martinpc.com. They have a lot of things to look at, choose from. They are, you know, as far as PCs go, they are custom-built PCs. Their PCs, I believe, are made to order. Brian Haynes doesn't have just PCs laying around waiting to be shipped. They are made to order with specs that you want, and they are all the parts are quality parts. I don't really speak computer myself, so you know, I'm not gonna try to say, you know, what options you could have, because simply I don't know the difference between a graphics card and power button, but it'll have both, I can guarantee you that, and the quality will be a whole lot better than what you see right now, as I'm waiting to pay off my car, and then I'm gonna head to martinpc.com once I have some money to play with. But give them a search in your favorite browser. So we are back to 1 to green here. Just past halfway. 51 laps complete. 50 to go. 8 caution, actually 7 cautions so far. And 1 driver out of the race. That is Austin Duran, who completed 1/4 of a lap. So we're getting ready. Go back green. Will they get to 15 miles before another caution comes out? Pace car is in. Restart zone. Green flag back out. Here we go. 49 to go here at New Hampshire.
Sawinski first move inside Brett Bennett. A little bit older tire on that 47 like we've mentioned.
Brett Bennett trying to pinch Sawinski down, and that's really what you got to do. You're the car on the outside, especially one on older tires like Brett Bennett is in that 47. Wants to try to pinch Sawinski down, so he's able to get a better exit off the corner, but Brett, I don't think, got a very good center. Still going to be ahead of Sawinski here. Sawinski's under fire from Cody Rivera's now. I say that. Rivera's crosses down. Almost looked like he wanted to go 3 wide, but Rivera's actually going to get around Sawinski.
Sawinski almost had contact into turn 1 from Larry Myers. Gonna go up the track. Myers went low. They're gonna be side by side off the corner exit. And here comes Rivera's inside Brett Bennett, like you mentioned, trying to take that position.
Cody Rivera's by pick to win. He gave up on trying to complete the pass down the front straightaway, or continue to try to make the pass down the front straightaway. Now gonna once again look underneath Brett Bennett here. 1 and 2. Bennett's doing a great job holding on.
Yeah, we've had at least 1 heat cycle since these guys put on their freshies, so Brett trying to take advantage of it, not going to be able to keep.
Oh, wow!
He had a huge snap there, Josh.
Yeah, actually, a few drivers did getting off of 4. But none of them as crazy as Brett Bennett.
Just behind left batter is another one. Brian Lorenzo trying to get through the field. One of those most recent drivers to hit pit lane. He's challenging Luke Mahone. Might have got a little help into the corner from Andretti Robinson. Now the 5 started blinking there through the corner.
Oh,
wash
wow.
into him and overcorrect it.
We got to spin it, Brett Bennett.
Again. 2 different incidents at the same time. Cody Webster caught up in Brett's incident. Webster upset, and both guys have the front clips torn off the 47 and 77.
Sawinski just got into the left rear of Brett Bennett. Looped him around. Brett. Oh, yeah. Right in front of Webster.
Yeah, Brett and Sawinski were racing hard. They were going at it on the radio channel after Brett was upset about the restart and people possibly jumping the restarts the last couple single fire restarts, and might have boiled over there, but I don't think so. They were really racing hard the entire time, Josh. And Andretti Robinson, I don't know how he drove away from what happened to him in turn 2 just behind these guys. He was racing the 5 of Luke Mahone, and Luke blinked. I don't think that caused it, but it just happened the same time.
it overshot his box just a little bit. Able to back it up. So, let's go ahead and talk to one of our drivers, Adam. Who you got?
Let's see if we can get a hold of driver the number 30, Larry Miles.
Huh?
Hey Larry, it's the JCTV booth. You got a copy?
Oh, what the? Hi.
How you doing so far? A lot of pacing, 61 laps into it, but how's the number 30?
Yeah. I've been doing pretty good. This is like a 2-lane track, even though it's like 6 or 7 lanes wide. So, yeah, it's been fun.
Well, you've been up in the mix in the top 10 all night long. There's been a lot of crazy driving around you.
Yep.
What have you seen so far from the cockpit of that 30 car?
I've seen a lot of Wyatt and a lot of Cody. Not a lot of Kuntz and not a lot of Ollie.
That's very true. What do you need here to change that in these next 40 laps?
Just keep doing what I'm doing. Seems to be working. So, yep. Looks like it's still single file.
Yeah, it's going to be that way, I think, for a little while still. Well, good luck to you rest of the race. 40 laps to go. We'll be watching you, Larry. Good luck rest of the way. Hopefully you can bring it on a podium.
Alright, thank you. Hopefully.
And that was Larry Miles, driver of the number 30, currently P5. So we're going to restart. 39 laps to go, still single file. And we are inching closer to one way or another where they will go back to double file restarts. This green flag is flying once again here in New Hampshire. How about Mahone? Underneath Lorenzo. Gunnar Rivera's making a move. Underneath Roberts.
Yeah, those top two.
Oh, contact in the
away.
back! It broke Flurry into the wall. Off of the bumper of Michael Walls. We stay green. And Flurry has just been in the middle of everything. This was a game of pinball. He's the ball. Back to racing. Mahone once again underneath. That's the number 2 of Amir Bascombe. He is having some connection issues. Blinking out a little bit is Mahone.
Yeah, it's something I've seen on my end most of the race, and drivers starting to voice their complaints about it, racing against him right now.
Contact maybe between Robinson and Mahone.
Yeah, I saw these two just get together like 5 laps ago, Josh. And then he ended up head on to the 2-2 wall, but kept going. I don't know how he didn't pick up damage more than he did. But still going out in the top 10 here.
Sometimes you can get away with hitting the wall head on in these cup cars. Still go on and win Daytona 500.
for sure. In turn 3 right now, Brian Lorenzo set up a pass on Brad Sawinski, was about to get it done, and they made slight contact in turn 4. Sawinski's going to try and cross him over in turn 1.
Oh, wow.
And ahead of him.
Yeah. That costed Rivera's a ton of time as he's now under attack from Lorenzo. I was just about to comment on the fact that Rivera's and... Oh, there we go.
That's going to clog the track. That started off at turn 2, Josh, with, I think it was Wyatt Roberts who had his slide first, and Cody either followed him in doing so or had to check up. We'll have to look at the JCTV replay right here.
Ooh, a little bit of contact.
Oh, yeah, it was.
You see contact there, Lorenzo and Rivera's, Sawinski, Mahone, Robinson, Bonsek, I believe, Tarpley, Michael Walsh drives on by.
I think we should ride on board with Michael Wallace, because that was kind of funny.
I like your thinking.
Micah has been through the ringer tonight, and he really just did not care if he was part of another one.
He stayed full throttle through that. Shades of Days of Thunder.
He looked like the Mississippi Missile going down the front straightaway, with all the smoke in the background.
Well, hey, if you're still with us, still watching, I've got a question. Something Brett and I have talked about doing on Friday nights that I've really been interested in trying out. I think Brett is pretty interested as well. But you're still paying attention and you feel like commenting. Tomorrow night, of course, in the booth for the i9 Design to NAOR series is Brett Bennett and I. Tell me if you're interested in Brett Bennett being the play-by-play commentator while I produce. I'll be the color commentator. It's something we've talked about, and I think it'd be interesting. I mean, he cuts me off every sentence anyway, so I think it'll really be no different than it already is. But we'll see. Brett Bennett not having a good night tonight, but we don't have to worry about him on track tomorrow night. And I think I just made Adam speechless by that.
No. I just shouldn't put my input in on this on air. No, I'm just kidding.
Adam Kuhn exercising his Fifth Amendment. Right to remain silent.
I'm not one to talk, but I think you are right about having a good thing that you are keeping blood off of the track at Rockingham.
No, he already commentates regularly, but
oh, I know, but
you know,
it's the way you phrase that.
Brett's probably gonna watch this part back and kill me later, so you know, it's all good. Maybe tomorrow night when we're in the booth together, he'll kill me, but no, I do enjoy having Brett in the booth sometimes. He does give a lot of good insight. Knows what he's talking about. half the time. So I think it'd be pretty interesting. But you know what? I'm gonna shut up about that. We're going ready. There we are. We're getting ready to go green. 29 laps to go. 29 miles to go here at New Hampshire. Oh, Miles!
Oh.
Tight! And into the wall. Ollie Reeves. Oh, gonna send it.
Oh, we had a lot of split decision there, Josh, from pit road under that caution. Ollie led them off pit lane. Brian Lorenzo trying to follow suit, was not able to get around the 30 off of turn 4.
See Ollie Reeves on pressure tires. Jordan Kuntz. Can Reeves close in on Kuntz? Oh, problems for Lorenzo. And I saw contact between Mahone and Rivera's. I don't know what that was all about in the back.
Yeah, Lorenzo's issue stemmed from he caught Larry Myers in a very vulnerable spot for himself, got himself very loose, and the right wheel just kept sliding. He did a good job saving it, but he is in traffic now, battling with the Mew Basco.
And how about old Micah Walsh sitting in 5th place right now, battling Wyatt Roberts for 4th?
Yeah, we've said he has had an eventful night, and Lorenzo, another big slide right behind Micah. Gonna lose that spot he just got on Amir. But back to Micah, he was involved in all the early stuff, and in a race like this where it's just caution after caution after caution, the attrition rate just goes through the roof. We don't see it with a lot of people DNFing, but a lot of toasted cars in the back of the pack, Josh, and Micah able to fix all of his, because all of his was early in the race.
Yeah, I mentioned if this was a game of pinball, Flurry is the ball. Well, I think the bonus ball has been Micah Walls. But, I mean, his car looks relatively clean. Scrapes down the right side. That's not the original nose that was on the car when it started. But it looks really good. And that car is fast right now. But you want to talk about fast? And that is that driver, number 31, actually trying to give challenge to Jordan Kuntz. And the fastest driver on track last few laps, Ollie Reeves. He is closing in on your race leader as we are coming to 23 laps to go here at the Magic Mile. Lobster 101. Gonna be interesting. Like a wall's got loose way in the background, but gonna lose position to Lorenzo and maybe Basco.
As we watch this battle for 5th and 6th on the track, Josh, really, these guys in the top 7, all that is left because of the attrition we were just talking about. 8th on back, 9 seconds back or more, and they're all driving modifieds pretty much at this point.
For sure. And interesting, Kuntz, fastest car on track that last time by. You know, the thing is, Reeves has the fresher tires. Reeves also, you know, runs some quick times, but they've really been very equal. Reeves doing everything
And one
he
thing
can.
that's gonna.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Josh. As you see the 31 start to close in a little bit more inch by inch, it's going to be interesting. With the field spread out like this, I don't know if we're going to get cautions again unless these two go at it. So what's the lap traffic going to be like? Those slower cars, those modifieds, are running 4 seconds slower than these guys.
Bonsack was really slow. He is really slow in turn 3. We are still green, but this battle for the race lead, it is heated, and you see cars ahead. Tarpley gonna be the first one they could potentially get to. No nose on Tarpley's machine.
Same for Luke Mahone, just in front of him.
Reeves, I think, or I'm sorry, Kuntz, I think, a little tight off the corner. How about Reeves? Way up the racetrack. They're gonna catch these slap cars.
I saw it, no!
Oh, Jordan Kuntz into the inside wall. We are still going to be green. Now Kuntz loops it around. Caution going to come out. And
Josh, that's back-to-back weeks Jordan Kuntz has tangled with lap traffic, battling for the lead.
yeah.
As soon as I saw those two go side by side, I knew it was going to be disastrous, but I didn't think it would have... Oh my gosh, goodness, what? This race has been something, Josh.
On the other hand, we should be back to double file restarts, as we are at 18 laps to go. And I think Jordan Kuntz might be a little upset. Here's a replay of Kuntz catching up to Tarpley. You know, I mean, no contact, but definitely showing displeasure there. And, you know, we've seen a lot of controversial moments of some drivers showing displeasure to others. I think if you're going to do it, that's the way to do it. You know, don't make contact. Just let them know.
And real quick, Josh, just want to say, pit lane open this time by, and out of our 7 undamaged, competitive, real fast cars, not saying anyone other than those 7 still have a shot. Anything can happen here in these within the last 15 laps by the time we get back going. But only, of course, Jordan Kuntz, after that spin, of course, came down pit road, and Larry Miles opted to pit as well from inside the top 3.
Oh, man. Drivers, pull them belts tight one more time. That's a Larry Mack saying, by the way. In case you might have gotten confused a few weeks ago. I'm talking to you, Canfield. For those that are not in the driver's seat, though, hold your hat, hold your beer. Things are about to get intense, as if they weren't already intense. Ollie Reeves looking for his 2nd win on the season. Entering tonight, he was 107 points behind Jordan Kuntz. Now, with the choose cone rule, you know, we talked about going back double file. Look at where Kuntz is. Kuntz gained a whole row by taking the bottom. He, you know, if this was normal before choose cone, he would have been in row 4 on the inside and 7th. Instead, he's lining up as if he's in the 5th position. 14 to go. That could be all he needs.
Could be very interesting with Lorenzo right in front of him as well.
Here we go. Getting ready to restart. Ollie Reeves. Wyatt Roberts front row. Pace car is in. Green flag back out. Here we go. Final 14.
Reeves went early in the restart box, and it caught Wyatt Roberts off guard. He's going to get challenged by Michael Walls now.
Kuntz squeaks on
sliding
by.
in the back, they saved it.
But Kuntz in third. Lorenzo. Aggressive here. Try not to let Kuntz get to the bottom. Oh, how about Reeves all the way up that racetrack?
He's going to get a good launch on the back straightaway. I think that while these two battle. Not going to be a battle much longer though.
Yeah, Kuntz easily able to get to second place. I think this might be the toughest battle yet for position Kuntz has had all night. Reeves got a little squirrely there off 4. Kuntz looking to the inside, 11 to go. Kuntz on that apron. Side by side down the back straightaway. Great exit off 4 there for Reeves. Oh, up the racetrack. I think he missed it. Kuntz gonna clear. Your race leader once again, Jordan Kuntz. But a big dive from Ollie Reeves into the corner. Meanwhile, we have a battle between Miles and Roberts. These two teammates, they're battling for 4th.
Even though they are battling, they are still catching Brian Lorenzo, running that 3rd position just ahead of them.
Miles looking to the outside of Roberts. Oh, Miles into the wall. Lap track, Luke Mahone. Slow on the front straightaway. Jordan Kuntz going to get on by. These two, Miles, Roberts, still battling. Side by side. Oh, man. These guys may be teammates, but right now they are throwing that out the window. What a battle. we have watched. 5 laps to go for Kuntz, though.
Roberts missed 2 and 4 there a little bit. Myers had a great run on the front straightaway, diving to the inside in this battle for P4. You can see how much Lorenzo has been able to drive away from these two.
Yeah, these guys battling help Lorenzo out a lot. Miles once again trying to get to the inside. Three more here. Roberts, I think, is the best position. He's got the track position. He's been running the higher line. That's helping him out a ton.
Roberts inside Lorenzo. Oh, man.
We'll be side by side, 3 and 4. White flag is out, by the way, as Kuntz is taking it. Roberts loose off the corner.
I think he's going to lose both positions as Lorenzo.
Oh, Lorenzo around after blinking out.
Crashes in turn 1.
A lot of chaos going on there. Lorenzo falling behind Vascon, but off turn 4, checkered flag waving. Jordan Kuntz. Surprise, surprise, you're a race winner. Ollie Reeves. 3 seconds behind, finishing second. But another race win for Jordan Kuntz. Seven wins on the season. 5 in a row. Talladega happened. Won another one. Bristol happened. Controversy tonight, but still collects the race win.
Yeah, it's just been an incredible season for him. Great rebound after last week, not getting the victory after being so strong most of that race. Good start to this chase, Josh, and really what a wacky, I don't know what else to describe it. This race had everything, honestly.
Do you agree with me in a little bit of irony that once they get back to the double file restarts, they go green all the way to the end?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the unofficial race results here at New Hampshire. Jordan Kuntz, your race winner. Ollie Reeves, he brings it home in second. Great run from him tonight, though. Wyatt Roberts, he finishes third. Larry Miles, fourth. Michael Walls, how about him? I said your bonus ball if this was pinball, finishing 5th. Cody Rivera's 6th. Amir Bascombe 7th. Brian Lorenzo 8th. Declan George 9th. Brad Sawinski, first car 1 lap down, finishing in 10th.
Andretti Robinson crossed the line 11th. Broden Fleury is going to get credited with 12th unofficially, and Cody Webster 13th. They were both 2 laps down. Luke Mahone was 3 laps down at the checkered flag in 14th, and Chucky Topley finishes 15th, 5 behind. Zachary Bonchek finishes 16th, finished 27 laps down, and Brett Bennett finishes 17th. He retired early, and Austin Duran, involved in the lap 1 incident, finishes 18th in the number 18 car.
Yeah, and normally, I just want to say, for Duran, normally, you know, when you see a name last, and it doesn't look like they've completed a single lap where the gap is negative and however many laps there was in, it means they didn't even attempt to race. No, Duran was on the track. He attempted half a lap. But that is your unofficial race results here in the Lobster 101 at New Hampshire. We're going to go ahead and talk to your top 3. And we go to, well, me, with driver number 42, Wyatt Roberts. Hey, Wyatt. First of all, what a battle there at the end between you and Larry. You guys were just battling pretty hard, keeping it clean for the most part, and also trying to chase down Lorenzo there.
Yep, I was trying to go catch up to Lorenzo, and I would get closer, and then I'd get maybe some little slippage, and then lose another 10th. And then Larry caught up. He was on a little bit fresher tires, and we're both on the same team. So, and then we were going at it, defending, and for the whole, honestly, the whole last like 30 laps, we were pretty close, 1 position apart the whole time. So it was a great battle to the finish.
That was a pretty long one out there. A lot of cautions tonight. Most of the race was restarted with single file rules. The restarts, though, they still were pretty wild out there with everybody all in one line. What was it like out there just trying to manage that throughout the night?
Yeah, when we did have double file, it was deciding which line you wanted. Both were very good lines. But under single file, it wasn't too bad. I was just trying to time it, and if I did get a good jump, maybe peek it to the inside. But both sides were very good on the restart. I mean, you could try and pass on the outside and roll the turn and get it on the back stretch, or try and get alongside by taking the inside and then hoping to get another good exit and hold it.
All right, 3rd place finish for you tonight. Sponsors, shout outs, who gets it done behind that? Well, what I like to say, amazing Quaker Steak and Lube, number 42.
Yeah, so thank you to the Quaker Steak and Lube team, even though I'm not actually sponsored. But thank you to you guys at JCTV. Thank you to SAAC iRacing League. I've been racing since 2018. And then thank you to my dad and my grandma who are at home watching. My dad was in the voice chat with me, being like a crew chief, so awesome. And thank you to my friends at Side Draft Racing. Unfortunately, Traber didn't make it, and Brett got in a crash, but me and Larry definitely had an awesome race.
All right. Congrats on the podium finish, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Wyatt Roberts, your 3rd place finisher tonight. Adam, I believe you've got up with Ollie Reeves. Well, he was just in the waiting room.
Oh my god!
Hello.
Oh shoot!
Hello.
Oh, shoot.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
That's great. All right. I'm gonna go
Hey, Ollie.
get my ears stop ringing here, and Adam's gonna talk to you.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Hey, Ali, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Well, it was a battle there at the end with that late race restart. What was it like from the 31 car, trying to stay ahead of Jordan after all that happened with the incident a few laps prior?
Man, I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I'm tired of finishing second to him, man. It's getting frustrated. I just want to win. But it was just a regular race. It was a regular New Hampshire race. Cautions every 15 laps. Just I don't know.
That was for sure. Regular New Hampshire race. So, how was it just pretty much being an endurance of pacing and trying to game the strategy a little bit? We did have a lot of strategy, but I don't know how much it was really worth it with all the pace laps.
Hey, I'm gonna call out the 25 of Shockey Tarpley. You're terrible. He wrecked Coops. I had fresher tires in him, at least by like 20 laps. I had a good chance of passing him, and then Shockey Tarpley out there running 80 miles per hour in second gear, just in the middle of the track. Wham! Right into him, or Coots hits him, and it's just. Then of course Coots like there's only 9 cars in the lead lap. So he drives just past like 4 cars, which is regular for him, and then passes me.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's pretty much exactly what happened, Ollie.
Yeah.
I don't really know how else to add to that.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
I can't imagine how it feels though. So, Pocono next week. Do you have anything to say about that?
I actually feel like I have a good shot at Pocono. I feel like Pocono's more of a wild card track than here. Like the draft matters more. Like as long as you can execute the turns, I feel like you can keep up pretty good.
All right. Well, we'll be watching you next week at Pocono. Hopefully, you can get it done there and be one spot better. Who do you have to shout out and thank tonight for a podium finish here in New Hampshire?
Nobody.
Gotcha.
Alright, sorry Josh for your ears.
Thanks for your time, Ollie. Good luck next week again.
Thank you.
That was Ollie Reeves, driver the number 31, Osco Chevrolet, and unfortunately injured Josh just a little bit here tonight after the race. With a after a run-up finish at Loudon. Josh, have you recovered down in victory lane?
Recovered is one way to put it, but yeah, no. Let's go ahead and talk to our race winner. And I am here with Jordan. Hey, Jordan, you like lobster?
Not really. I don't think I've ever actually.
It's okay. I don't even know if I want to try lobster. But what a race for you. Very dominant out of your 27 machine. And maybe a little bit of controversy at the end, but you still overcome it and still parked at number 27 in victory lane. Once again, this
Yeah, it
season.
definitely was. Yeah, it definitely was a really good race from my end. Got the pole and just tried to manage. And once Ollie pitted and got 30 lap pressure tire with me, I knew he would be quicker. Tire didn't really have a big fall off window. It was not really a lot of time lost from staying out on old tires, but it was enough to where my tires did start falling off near the end of that run. And then whenever we caught lap traffic, just in the middle of the track and going slow, and turning down off the corner, that I can't really avoid it. And it's unfortunate that it happened. It would have been a great race between me and Ollie to the end, but in the end, I guess I should be happy about it, as it did end up really helping me getting the fresh tires, getting the advantage, and with a lot of cars caught up in that one big wreck, put me really high up in the field on that restart, and just tried to manage, not overdrive it, and drive through the field.
Another win on this incredible season. I mean, you know, the tracks that are coming up. Is there any one that you're just looking at that you're thinking, I need to work a little bit harder at this one particular.
I say that about every track. I always go in thinking with very little to no practice, and I always just try to work on it in the however long we get before the race, and we see how it goes from there. Um, so I normally end up having to work, and I know in this one I was working on qualifying the entire practice. Definitely was improving, and I always try to improve in these practice sessions for the race. You get a good judgment on who's quick, where they're quick at, how they're quick, and what they're doing, and you can find out their weaknesses, strengths, all from practice, and that's just what I do. I usually don't go into the race weekends with all that knowledge and come out of practice with all of it.
All right. Well, sponsors, shout outs. Who gets it done for you?
I'd like to shout out everyone who's watching this, my family, parents, grandparents, everyone who supports me along the way doing this, and being able to win and show them that I can keep winning. Been a few years in iRacing, and sometimes I think maybe I just won't win or be as dominant as I once was, and I just have to keep proving to myself that I can keep doing this.
All right. Congrats on the race win. We'll see you at Pocono.
Thank you.
And that was your race winner, Jordan Kuntz. And incredible showing out of Kuntz once again. As, I mean, he's just unstoppable. Absolutely on a tear. And I think he's in a great position to take home a championship in SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series this season. So we still have plenty of action coming up here on JCTV. Tomorrow night it is Rockingham, the N9 Designs NAOR Series. Check that one out. Going to be a whole lot of fun. Saturday night we head to the desert, Avondale, Arizona, for Phoenix. 7:45 p.m. Eastern on that one. Tuesday, it is Talladega. Gonna be a wild one out there. Head to the streets of Chicago for XASCAR on Wednesday night. And then the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series, as just mentioned, 1 week from tonight is at Pocono. And if you want to know the upcoming schedule, head to jctvracing.com to find out what's upcoming. And also, really just anything JCTV in all the leagues we do. Thank you guys for tuning in. Big shout out to the drivers, fans, and admins watching at home. Thanks to Adam Kuhn for commentating with me. And on behalf of Adam and the entire outstanding crew right here at JCTV, I'm Joshua Cockrell signing off, saying so long, and we will see you next time.